Hi, Scorpio. It's your girl Alex, and I'm back, baby, to bring you guys more messages from the universe and a little bit of birthday shout outs. We're in the final days of Scorpio season, and I'm so sad. But anyway, let's celebrate the caboose, baby, the caboose, the November 18th, 19th, 20th, and 21st, people. So, as always, if you don't like this part, just fast forward till you see me shuffling and placing the cards out. Personal readings are opened until Friday, November 21st. So, here we go. Today is Tuesday, November 18th, 2025. Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to all of my November 18th babies. Cutie McPretty, I love your username. Your birthday is November 21st, which is Friday. Happy birthday. Aga, AGA is how it's spelled. I hope I pronounced that right. You'll be 49 on the 20th. Happy birthday, boo-boo. Connie, go right. Can't go wrong. Gotta go right. Your birthday is today, November 18th. Happy birthday. Jasmine Scobie, I think I already shouted you out. Your birthday is Friday, November 21st. If not, happy birthday. Lydia, your birthday is November 20th. Happy birthday. DAD, thank you for your username, is pretty phonetically correct. You'll be 45 on Friday, the 21st. Happy birthday. Alexandria in Australia. Your birthday is today in the US, but I know it's tomorrow already in Australia. You turn 25. Happy birthday, darling. The Independent Stage, your birthday is November 20th. Happy birthday. Jenna Faye, you'll be 45 today. Oh, that's a good number, 45. Happy birthday, darling. Renate Daniels, you'll be 54 on November 20th. Happy birthday. Alexandra in the Netherlands, you'll be 43 on November 19th. Happy birthday. Spread Love Lemonade. You're going to be 41 on Friday, November 21st. Happy birthday. And last but not least, Aaliyah, aka Princess Eve, darling. Your birthday is today. Happy birthday. All right. I love you guys so much. I hope you had a phenomenal Scorpio season. Just start thinking about what's next, as many of you are. I'm pretty sure for those of you, as an example, who've already celebrated your birthdays, you're well into your next solar year. So yeah, let's see what God and the universe has for everybody or those who needed this message. That one fell out. Hey, Six of Pentacles, reciprocity, balance. Ace of Page of Cups, nice. Ooh, that Taurus coming out again. Six of Wands, King of Swords, Knight of Wands. Ooh, child, look at all these people. Four Cups. I'm gonna put out two more cards and one card in the deck. The Chariot. Ooh, High Priestess, and the Queen of Cups is under the High Priestess. Come on out here, Scorpio. I feel like a lot of you underestimate the power of fun, right? The amount of fun you should be having. Life is hard enough, and if y'all just sitting there being Jack and Jane, what is the term? All work and no play makes Jack a dull boy, I think is the name. Um, There's somebody who wants to take you out. There's that Taurus. I don't know if I released that video, but you got a Taurus. This could be your boss. Some of y'all could be getting a raise or a promotion. Your boss is thinking you're doing a fantabulous job. See the scales there, right? Those are the scales of justice. So it's almost like I want to be able to give you this so things are even, right? It also feels like compensation. You know what I mean? And with the Page of Cups in between, it's a compensation of love, darling. It's like, here, baby, let me buy that fish in your cup. All right. I feel like you have an admirer. I do. And I feel like this admirer is someone who definitely is financially stable. Like I said, it could be your boss. It could be a mentor. It could be a teacher, a professor. Or it could just be a stranger who is an entrepreneur. Yeah, I know I'm being watched. My angels are like they're watching you. Yeah, I know. There are a couple of people who watch me who think I don't know. All right. High priestess. She's sitting right there like, duh. Okay. I feel like the universe is saying, hey, move forward. Okay. The King of Swords is the King of Intelligence. I feel like it would be a great decision. I also feel like whatever this opportunity is, it doesn't necessarily have to be a person. Again, it could be a job and or position. It could be a once in a lifetime job or a work that you love to do. I do kind of feel like whatever this is supposed the purpose of it coming into your life at this juncture is to jumpstart your heart. Okay. Um, and whatever this is, yeah, the reason why this thing is coming in is to jumpstart your heart, right? Because again, I have the Queen of Cups right there confirming. And the Queen of Cups is my King of Pentacles wife. My angels are stupid. My angel said, and then they'll have cup pentacles babies. That's stupid. That's stupid. Talking about the babies, the Page of Wands. Ooh, the Death card, Scorpio. 10 of Wands. This is a business opportunity. This is a financial opportunity. Somebody is coming in because they are in need of your what? Transformational energy. That makes sense to me. Right? Well, when instead of saying transformational energy, what I heard is your cleanup, right? As in, you're very good at organizing or bookkeeping or legal or, whatever it is. Okay. I don't see the Seven of Swords here, right? But I just heard just be careful of falsehoods like scams. You ever get those emails where it's like, "Oh, hey, a ticket has been opened. Your deposit or your payment was declined. Call us back with your Be careful of scams always. I always say to people, don't trust nobody online who either wants to give you money or they want money from you. Okay, I'm just saying. Okay, so I have the death card. Where's my death card here? Okay, let me put some more cards out. Angels are saying there are some of you who are in a third party, Knight of Cups, but it's not a third party person. It's third party, and the third party is heartbreak. Okay. Okay, I'm getting a bunch of messages. Let me hurry up and put these cards out. Look, Page of Wands, Page of Swords, Knight of Cups. So the pages in the tarot are the kids. This is the Tower. This is the Ace of Swords. Five of Cups. Knight of Wands. Yeah, you got a bunch of young energy. You have some royalty. So I have the Emperor here and the Empress is here. Okay. So this to me kind of sounds like the angels are highlighting your life. Okay. So your progression from a young child to a young adult to an adult to a grown ass person. Okay. And I feel like many of you growing up, you felt always shortchanged. Like, your older brother got $10 as an allowance, you only got $2. Okay. Not only that, but now going forward, you might have gone into a field or a profession of equality. Okay. Because you were the one who felt like you always got less. Okay. Not only that, but what happened was, if that's resonating with you, now when it comes to interacting with everybody, you keep score. Meaning, hey, I told you I love you 5 times, you only told me you love me once, right? Child, I don't know who my angels just gut punched, but this is you, okay? It's almost like you don't know how, it's almost like you're stingy, right? or you're always concerned about what you're getting or not getting. I hate to say this, Scorpio. I really do, but I feel like that's a Scorpio trait, right? Where we're always the underdog, right? And we're always monitoring and paying attention to our what's being served to us, okay? Now, here's the problem with that. And some behind the scenes channeling. My angels didn't give me the answer yet, but they move so quickly, I can just pull the answer right out of the ethers. The problem with always monitoring your fair share. Now, angels are saying psychology would have you believe that the reason why they're monitoring this is to make sure their needs are being met. The problem is not making sure your needs are getting met. It's the monitoring part, right? The part of you that's paying attention. Okay, they got 3, I got 1. Okay, where's my other 2? Are you going to give me the other 2? Right? The problem with that is that if they gave you 2 and they have 3, what you're missing is that the 2 they give you are worth 17. Right? So we're looking at something with bird's eyes, because birds can see from far fucking away. Okay, don't get me started on eagles, hawks, and ravens, and you know what I mean? So we're looking at something at face value saying, okay, you got 3, I got 2. But we're not looking at the quality of it, right? I gave you the best 2 wings. I kept the 3 burnt ones. Oh, who am I talking to? Who's reading his child? Okay, continue on. So, yeah, definitely your inner child. Page, 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 page. Are those all four pages? I don't have the Page of Pentacles. I don't see the Page of Pentacles yet. So I have 4 pages, no Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is the reasonable page, by the way. Okay? So I have the Page of Cups, the Death card, and the Page of Wands. So it's almost like many of you, angels are saying your inner child victim mode is being activated right now. So for many of you, your Page of Cups. Well, how come they got a cup and a fish? And the Death card and the Page of Wands. What happens is this page you cancel out, right? The Death card is ending it. It's like, yo, I'm cutting it off. You don't even acknowledge the page. You don't even know there's a fish in the cup, right? Not only did you get a cup, not only did you get water in the cup, but shit, you got a fish for you to kill and eat or put in a bowl, right? Fish bowl. And that triggers you. That triggers you. And what winds up happening is that affects your who you are. Wow. And angels are saying, and you go through life looking for acceptance from the outside world. So it's almost like this King of Pentacles and King of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles, Mr., Mrs. Right. Integrity, honesty, security, stability, finance, right? They just got it all. Okay. But the 10 of Wands is, do they? Right? Do they have it all? But they're missing, you know, knowledge or information or validation, right? So you got a kingdom of pentacles, but to an extent you desire 4 cups, right? And I'm just throwing those numbers out there, okay? Again, to convey the message. So 6 of Wands moving forward, there's the victim mentality, the 10 of Swords. The 10 of Swords is feeling stabbed in the back. Now, angels are saying for some of you, this, whatever this inequality, is that the right word? Inequality? Whatever that was, it could have occurred when you was 10. When you're done with this video, go back to 10 years old and figured out for the first time in your life, you felt like you were not getting the fair share. That's homework. Okay. All right. And with the Ace of Swords, I kind of feel like once you realize when that time in your life occurred, that holy shit, this is when I started feeling lesser than. This is when I started losing confidence. This is when my self-worth was destroyed. Then you can realize why you are who you are today, why you act and respond, why you're triggered today. Because your self-image, your self-worth, your self-value, your confidence, your value system, your inner value system about yourself, that's when you'll discover it was um, infiltrated, so to speak. Angels just also said too, underdeveloped, right? If not underdeveloped, it was never developed. Okay. So the King of Swords is the king of intelligence, right? You know, it's almost like aha moments. It's the butt ugly honesty, right? It's the thing you can no longer hide from yourself, you know? And with the King of Swords, the Nine of Cups, and the Tower, it's almost like it's a revelation of all revelations saying, holy fuck. Holy fuckery, Batman. I was looking at all of these situations wrong because I was too busy making sure that I was getting my fair share. I never realized that I don't even give myself a fair share, or I don't set boundaries, or I'm a people pleaser and I keep giving myself away, or I always accept breadcrumbs instead of loaves and slices, right? The King of Swords, Nine of Cups, and the Tower card to me is your revelation of where all of that beautiful love and emotion sits. And it sits on the other side of this, that sword of truth that says, here's what I've been doing to keep the love out. I hope that makes sense. I hope you all are following. Yeah, as soon as I put the Five of Cups down and I saw it under the Three of Swords with the Knight of Wands, I automatically knew that many of you have short tempers, you get triggered easily, you're highly emotional, you're emotionally erratic, you have you just go from 0 to 150 in minus 8 seconds, right? You have anger inside of you because you still have pain lingering from the past that was never addressed. Angels said, "Good Lord, thank Jesus they got you, Alex, because for many of them who don't even go to therapy, how would they know this stuff?" And Angel, I don't know. I don't know. That's why I guess God chose me to do this work so I can deliver it in very layman's homegirl terms, and maybe they get it. God is so gracefully good in that way. Four of Cups, Queen of Cups, and the Knight of Wands. For a lot of you, by the time we're done with this reading, you should be on the way to reactivating your hearts. Okay? Because I feel like up until this point, your hearts have been suppressed by this trigger of inequality. Okay, this trigger of inequality. Yeah, look, the Knight of Cups is here. So it kind of feels like at the end of this reading, you should be able to love freely. Love should flow again. Let's hope. Here's hoping. I ain't responsible for that. I'm just the messenger. That's it. And here's what confirms it: the Chariot, the Empress, and the Lovers. Now you can go into your next relationship, or your current relationships, or your current friendships, or your current professional relationships. Now you can go into them a little bit more emotionally open because now you've understood what had you emotionally closed. So you can emotionally open because now you understand why you're emotionally closed. Now, one thing I do want to bring to your attention, right, before getting to the outcome cards, is I have the Knight of Wands and I have the Page of Wands, right? The Knight of Wands and Page of Wands. The Page of Wands is just pure immaturity. Actually, all the pages are. But the Page of Wands is the fiery page. So, from a negative sense, this page is a trigger. It's going to set you off. It's going to piss you off. It's going to annoy the fuck out of you. Inequality, breadcrumbing, that's your trigger. Because inequality says, hey, you're not worth value, pay attention, my love, right? So if I'm not handing you stuff, right? If I'm not keeping it balanced, you don't feel loved. Y'all hit that thanks, that super thanks, the super send donations now because I'm dead ass. This is like straight freaking therapy. And revelations. Angels are like, you don't need to use that word, just use revelations. Okay, thank you. So in the end, your intuition, Six of Swords, and the Emperor card. I feel like you're by this inner knowing. Once your heart is reactivated, you will have regained this power. Angels just also said to me, too, for a lot of you, you've learned inadequate ways of defining power. For a lot of people, and especially mankind, power is usually associated with oppressing a demographic of people, right? Me, black woman, two strikes. Africans or slaves in this country weren't given voting rights, neither was women. So that was true. If I lived back then, I'd have two strikes against me, right? My angels are like, baby, you could never have a strike against you. We'd have rectified that. And truth be told, since I'm talking about me momentarily, right? You can't tell me shit because I know who I am. And I know I'm a piece of God. And God don't make nothing fucked up. Right? Even if I'm the dumbest person on the planet, as long as I know the God in me, that's all I need. And that's where all of my confidence and audacity and power and love, it all comes from knowing who I am as a spirit. The end period. Fuck the dumb shit. You can call me whatever, right? You can call me whatever. You can say whatever. You could deceive me, lie to me, steal from me. Do it. Do whatever you need to do. I don't care. I know I'm getting into heaven, right? I got VIP status. You know what I'm saying? So I kind of feel like angels are saying small, right? You have page, knight. Okay. I have Knight of Wands here. I have the Knight of Wands here. And I think those are the only two knights. So remember in the beginning of this reading, the angels just said this reading had everything to do with your progression through life. Child, young adult, right? Child, adolescent, young adult, older adult, grown ass. Okay. So if you look now at the table and look at the quantity, okay, I have a shit ton of pages. I have more pages here than I do knights. I have more pages here than I do kings. I have more pages here than I do queens, right? So I have 4 pages. I have 3 knights, 3 or 2. I have the Knight of Wands here twice. So I have 2 knights. I have 2 kings. I have a queen here, the Queen of Cups, and a Queen of Cups here. So that just kind of shows me the demographic of Scorpios that are to an extent still learning, still growing, still resolving their inner child issues, and still to an extent maturing. Okay. I always say my definition of maturing does not mean child to adult. Because y'all know, like I know, some adults are still not mature. So it has nothing to do with, again, growth, human growth, right? It has everything to do with knowledge level and spiritual level, right? So the King of Swords is, again, the king of intelligence. I always say beyond intelligence is spirituality. So where intelligence ends is where true spirituality picks up. So I kind of feel like for many of you who are still at the page stage, that's fine, right? Those of you who are at the knight stage, that's fine. Those of you who are at the queen stage, that's fine. And last but not least, those of you at the king stage, that's fine, right? Because I don't live in a universe that ranks you based on your rank. Okay, God loves us all equally, right? But I think what was important here is for you to recognize where you're at on this scale, right? And then not only recognizing where you are on this scale, but recognizing how you connect, show love, how you connect with other people based on where they are on the scale, right? There's a study that shows it's not a study, but it's a whole science around the youngest siblings dating the oldest siblings, right? So your wife is the oldest, but you are the youngest. She's the oldest, but you're the youngest, right? Or you're the middle child and the person you fell in love with is the youngest. Okay? So, and angels are saying you can't even judge maturity based on that scale, right? But there is a science about it based on, I guess, perception and outlook, and how the youngest grew up looking at the family versus how the oldest grew up looking at the family. It's very different. Oldest children tend to be more, they feel more burdened to be responsible for everybody else. The youngest children, I'm the youngest of five, now four, right? But the youngest of five, you would assume, oh, they're the brats, they're the ones who got it easiest. Not me, not my family. Not me, not my family. I'm not going to say outdid, but if I had to place it, I would put myself maybe the 1 second of, not the oldest, the one next in line, right? Based on my knowledge level or my achievements or my experiences or my, knowledge of the world and the universe and people and the career choice. You know what I mean? Um, and that would just be my opinion, and that's okay. So I have mama and daddy here, right? The emperor and empress, right? So I know that this has everything to do with how you were raised. And angels are saying it really, really, really has more to do with how you're maturing. Okay. Maturing, again, not going from child to adult, not maturity in that sense, but are you growing? Are you ripening? Are you excelling? Are you evolving? Realistically, when you hear me use the term mature, I really do mean evolve. And when I don't, I'll call it out. Okay, so my angels are saying in the outcome, you need to balance your emotions, balance your mind better and more, right? There are a lot of emotional and mental things many of you need to overcome. And once you overcome these things, you will then feel empowered again, or you will be back in your power, and you will be balanced. Yeah. This to me, the Four of Cups and the Queen of Cups, is almost like if you don't love yourself, how could you love anybody else? That's a strong message, right? Because technically, if I don't speak Spanish, how can I speak Spanish to anybody else? How can I interact with Spanish speaking people? That's the best example I can give you. So if you don't love yourself, how can you love anybody else? And I feel like, again, just as with that last reading, I kind of feel like the universe right now, or it might be me, who's trying to get you to look forward, right? We have so many times, Jesus, God, we look back at the past. Let's start looking forward, Scorpio. Let's start looking to the year ahead, and let's start kind of leaning into our growth and evolution and expansion within this universe. And let's get some things, right? If you want money, let's get you some money. If you want love, let's get you some love. If you want power, good luck with that, right? Because again, I ain't getting you no slaves. I'm not in that business, okay? So power just kind of says that the acknowledgement. I don't know if you heard my tone when I started talking about the God and the light in me. I almost jumped out of my fucking body, okay? A lot of the times my angels got to dumb my ass down like, girl, get back in there. Get your ass back in that body, right? Because I'll be trying to go. I'm sorry. I don't know. Anyway, let's get back to these tarot cards, girl. Anything else, guys? Angel said the next year, right? Because if you think about 2025 being a 9 year, a year of fulfillment, a year where you reach a certain level of universal understanding, then by default, 2026 has to be the beginning, right? As in, how are we taking all of these beautiful, wonderful lessons we've been taught? How the fuck are we applying them to our lives to live better lives, right? Because at the end of the day, for many of you, like myself, and I've had this in my past, I did not listen to my intuition, and that shit cost me literally, right? But going forward today, I listen to my intuition. I absolutely do. I can't guard against every wrongdoing, but I listen to my intuition more, right? So, how are we taking the lessons that the universe is giving us, and how are we applying them? I feel like, again, this reading is directly for those of you who still have active triggers. Right? My angels just said, how could their triggers be more active than their heart, girl? I don't know. Free will? I don't fucking know. How can their triggers be more active than their hearts? You know what? I ain't got nothing else to say. I'm going to read these Moonology cards and I'm getting the hell off this video. Because that was a mic drop. How can their triggers be more active than their hearts? How could their anger be more potent than their love? Ooh. Ooh, I don't know who I'm talking. I gotta go. I don't want to get stung out here in these streets, angels. Baby, they ain't gonna sting you. They love you too much to sting you, girl. I love them too. We love them also. We just trying to get them that get right. Okay, baby. Okay, mama. Ooh. Can you see that? My phone is look let's see. Yeah, the focus. Don't let pride get in your way. How could your anger be stronger than your love? Leo, that's Leo energy. That's sun energy. Your dreams need a practical plan. Okay, I got y'all on my iPhone 15, so evidently I must be in cinema mode or something. You see the aperture in the background. Aperture is the blurriness. Yeah. All right. The vocal. Okay, your dreams need a practical plan. So facing forward, moving forward over the next year, Scorpio, we got to come up with some plans to get this stuff. But understand something. You get what you are. You get who you are. If you're bitter and cold, baby, you're going to be in the Arctic with no food. Okay, I'm saying. I can't make this up. Let's see. It's still, there we go. A time for healing. Lord, child, angels, we already heal. She like, some of them ain't, child. You gonna have to continue conveying that message for as long as you have a teeth and tongue and lips and eyeballs. Because there's some people who just refuse to heal. You just had the pride card. Let's wait for that to adjust. It's time to take action. So, Scorpio, you got a brand new year. I so hope you do. I hope God blesses you with many, 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 many more years. Right? Let's do this shit. Let's get out of this life all the positivity and love and joy and satisfaction we can get. The end, motherfucking period. I love y'all. If it resonates, if it woke you up, if it put you to sleep, I don't give a fuck. Have a great day. I'll see y'all in the next one. Love you. Bye.